Hitting record now. You can't see Skip's ugly mug, but that's okay. We have the shiny high def starting soon monitor up, and we're ready to go for the VEP week 9. So, um, let's get back over to my mug. I have a nice shiny background here because we need to get warm and comfortable with a conversation, and I was tired of looking at the blue. So, for those of you who have never seen one of our alternative backgrounds here, they're all of an ocean. They're all kind of have the similar theme. I would love to get these things so they change for the time of day, like a nice light color with some coffee for the morning, and then like change into like a nice sunny day and move into the sunset, and then I have a nighttime one as well. And so I do enjoy our backgrounds. I just always use the one that Skip has, the blue one. And I today I wanted to show you why I kind of started using this backgrounds because I've been shooting videos and trying to get a community page going for like 2 weeks now. I know I promised to talk about multimedia today on the 4 pillars, but I didn't get any work done there. I had some interesting ideas and I had some things come up, so I failed there, and I blame you guys because I just don't want to take personal responsibility today. What I can show you is generally what I've been working on for the 4 pillars desktop. So generally the 4 pillars are going to look like this. What I need to put together is some multimedia that supports this. So when you build in the VEP framework, you're going to have a dashboard that looks like this at the end of the day. But you have to define your how your services fit into these 4 categories. If you do that, you can do a soft feel of where you think they should be via the sliders, and then you can do an objective score in the meeting and you can see where they actually are ending up. And so did they end up being aligned? And here's like not bad, except for the infrastructure, which in this case wasn't, we didn't finish it out. So anyways, that's generally what I'm working on. I need to work on some marketing tools around it so that you'll have like a video of like somebody explaining the difference for your MSP. A generic video you can throw up on your website that says, here's what we do to help show that we are helping your business out. We observe the 4 pillars. And we not only will we observe and measure your existing MSP, we measure ourselves every year so that you know that we're helping you as best we can. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for, but I didn't get anything done this week. So instead, I want to spend some time talking about the excellence program page that is available. And God willing, there will be a forum or some kind of channel so that we can have lateral conversations here pretty soon. I really miss being part of a community like I used to be a big fan of Spiceworks, and I was really involved there. So any of you guys who were in Spiceworks, I think they're headquartered out of Austin, Texas, and great community of technical people. The tool was nice, but what was great was having a technical community of people you just ask questions to. Sometimes we chatted about the best way to implement antivirus, or somebody like, hey, has anybody had any experience with this tool out there? Or people that ask questions into a community of people with similar mindsets, and it got pretty big. Um, and I missed that kind of community. I would like to start one again. So with the VCEP program, I see it as being that community of people coming together for a common cause of making the world better through technology. And this page here is what you get access to when you're a VEP member. It's password protected. You can't get in unless you're a VEP member. And I have spent the last like 3 days building and updating and putting videos and making things shiny and annoying Skip with my complaints about how my microphone is working. So I want to show you like this is the page. So this is where you want to go if you miss a meeting. So during this meeting, like there aren't very many people attending this meeting. That's okay because I record and I post it, and I think that's killing my attendance because you guys are all watching in your spare time and not conversing with me now. And now I have to converse with Skip. So
I get paid for it.
yeah, sometimes I pay in donuts. But anyways, you have your welcome video here, but what I really wanted to show you guys is, wait, this isn't the community page. This is the sales page. Come on, Skip, you got to call me out here.
Well, I figured you'd there.
There's the membership site. You know, after staring at this for 3 days, you think I would notice that it was the wrong one. So, anyways, here's my welcome message. Just kind of a quick little overview of the program. I'm going to update this video pretty regularly, I think, just as new things come out. This is kind of a very loose video on what we're doing and what I hope to accomplish and what Skip hopes to accomplish in the community. This is, if you haven't done these 4 steps yet, here's where you get them done. Get a planning session done, a master classes, the community updates. You should be getting a weekly video, or sorry, a weekly email that explains like what we talk about and anything that's available. And hey, it has been wrong for weeks, Josh. maybe like a month or two. So, anyways, you gotta give us some credit. We let things fail a lot longer than we should around here. Weeks. Anyways, subscribe to the video channel. So get this stuff done. This is where everything I'm going to post is. The planning sessions, I'm trying to get this out there because what I want is I want to make us more accessible. I want to make Skip and I more accessible. This is a little broken because Skip isn't on this. So if you schedule a session right now, you'll just get Adam Walter. But this is open for anybody in the VEP community. So get some time with me. Note that my calendar fills up pretty quickly. So once I figure out how HubSpot works and how to create this calendar in there, I will update this so that when you click in here, you can get either one of us. And a quick explanation here of having me be passionate speech and with my new background and feeling very warm and fuzzy and why you should be meeting with us. But the important thing about this VEP community is I don't want it to just be this nameless, faceless community like other ones are, where, look, this is really scalable and we'll make lots of money off of it. No, this is a community of people trying to get shit done. And that's what it is. So this is the warm and fuzzy part. If you are a VP member, you can have time with me. Always schedule something out. Coaching clients are guaranteed time with me, whereas you guys will have to look. There's only 3 days available right now because next week I'm in Calgary. So if you get me on the 14th or 15th, I may not quite be there. I might be from my phone, or I might be from an airplane. And then finally, here's where I would really like to adjust and get feedback from you guys. The strategy, operations, and leadership track. We're trying to build it so that you have a goal rather than just being part of the VEP program. Come up with a smart goal. Like you want 3,000 MRR. If that's what you want, we got a track for you. We'll help you get there. I will be updating these as we kind of see better ways to do things as I get feedback from the community. You're like, you know what we really should do is right about here, instead of running a budget session, we should do a project management session. Oh, you know what? If that's being successful for you, let's update that. Let's figure out a better way to do this. This is all about the community. It's not just Adam Walter's way of doing things. I want to hear back from you guys what is working, what is selling, so we can make this. Hey, instead of 3,000 MRR, what we're seeing from people is 6,000 MRR at the end of this process. Yay. Everybody wins. $100,000 in project revenues in 90 days. Well, let's see what's not working, what is working, and let's adjust this. This is all about adjusting and feedback in the community so we can mature this process and update this. So you're like, man, what am I missing here? I don't have time to get a meeting with Adam or Skip. Oh, I haven't run a SWOT strategy session with my clients yet. I should go out and do that. Let me get that on the calendar. Okay, once I've done that, what should I do? An IT budget session. That's great. Let's talk through what's going on with our clients. So I want feedback on this. I want feedback on what's working for you and what's not working for you. So we can adjust this page so that this community page, no matter what happens, becomes the one-stop shop for what advice do I need. Did you miss something? Do you want some training on something? Go ahead and click on the VCIO Excellence Program channel. I just finished updating all the videos, adding chapters in, and making this really shiny for you guys. So take advantage of it. This is everything we have published so far in one area. The question I do have for the community is skill building. Is there something you want to know more about, like how to run a QBR, how to talk more effectively, how to give better presentations, how to fake a Texas accent? We can do all that for you. So I just want to know from you guys, what kind of skill building classes should we offer? What kind of materials can we put up here so that you guys can consume when you want? But if you subscribe to this, you'll get an email notification whenever we add a new video, and you guys can watch it while you're drinking beer or driving home from work or both. Not judging.
Oh,
Hopefully not both. So I just wanted to like show this VCIO program page and get people. Oh, come on, open a new tab, not existing tab. Skip, why am I lost?
I have no idea. It's just another Thursday, I think.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's the thing I've been working on this week for everybody is trying to get a stable place for advice, for finding things that that will be meaningful for you, and finding ways to get on my calendar or Skip's calendar so you can like, hey, I'm really struggling with X, or I don't know how to add my services to the new reports, or I'd really like to be able to use those scorecards. I don't know what I'm doing. Get some time in our calendar and let's get that figured out. But this is where you go to get the link. Okay, I'm not getting those updates. Okay. Or I want to see what masterclasses are available. Okay. Let's click on that. Let's get this stuff done.
Yeah, I will say on the strategy, operation, and team leader track, we've been working with so many different MSPs for quite a while now, and we've got a lot of content, but we're really seeing, people break down into different areas. We've tried to quantify it as, operational maturity levels. Sometimes it's just the different and various goals of each of the client companies that we're working with. So by separating out these tracks, hopefully we can find and redefine the areas that you're needing additional information on, or some gaps filled in, and we can provide you guys some help in that one specific area. So yeah, please peruse through those and see what you feel is meeting your needs and what might not be meeting your needs as we customize that. We've got a lot of information. We've got coursewares and master classes that we're delivering, but we really want to make this impactful for you guys. And we've realized over the last several weeks that we need to zero in on, well, it's kind of funny. There's an interesting analogy here with what we're doing with our clients. Sometimes it kind of falls into segmentation. What are you needing from each one of your clients, or what are your clients needing from you? And so a little bit different approach to it, but as in some aspects, a similar approach as well, to make sure we're getting the information that you guys need to be successful.
Yeah, and that's been a big aha moment for me, is that we're like an aggregator, and that's what the community is. Is that when I was doing this for schools and for businesses around the Lincoln area, I spent a lot of time learning and falling on my face and finding better ways to do things until I found a sustainable method. Then I started coaching you guys. I started coaching different MSPs, and I learned so much more. And I started seeing examples of what's working and what's not working. Like things that worked for me didn't work for other people. And that's where this whole idea of a framework came out of, is that with Virtual C, we had built our model around the single guy providing the program and doing every step of it. And then as I started talking to more MSPs, what we started discovering was that we didn't need to have a single guy. If you have a large team, you can delegate roles and responsibilities out. And that's something I had forgotten about my corporate days, is delegating pieces of your job responsibility to the appropriate personnel. And so that's where we came up with that framework. And now we have something that's much more robust. It's not single individual dependent. You don't need an Adam Walter. You don't need a Skip Ziegler. What you need is a set of roles, the executive, the account, and the technical, that know where they play. And then you can scale really easily. That came out of community involvement. That came out of hundreds of coaching sessions. And the more feedback we get from you guys, the more you tell us what's working and what's not, the more mature we can make this page, the better we can make the program look over time. And God willing, down here will be a community section where you can click and ask questions. Hey, is anybody else having a hard time pricing this out? Is anybody having a hard time with their projects? What are you guys doing about selling that new FortiGate 850G appliance that came out this year? What are you doing about cloud migrations or clients that are under $500? We want to have these open and honest discussions so that we can be better. And we want this to be a place where we have this brain trust of ideas and concepts over time. And that's going to be the true power of this community in that participation and growth over the next 6 months, over the next year. And hopefully we'll look at this and go, man, we really didn't know what we were doing last year. Because now we have this amazing product that's like been tested with 200,000 clients, and it's so robust, and everybody's just like making money, and we're all sitting there drinking Mai Tais on the beach because the framework is self-sustaining and we are dominating the market. That's the dream. Except for Josh. We won't invite Josh.
He's already on the beach.
He's already there. I'm landlocked. I don't have beach. I have rivers and lakes. Don't even have a theme park. So, Skip, what are your thoughts about like the community before we finish up today? This is going to be a pretty quick session.
Yeah, I really am looking for some more feedback and input from our communities. A couple of things we're working on now is a cloud focused technology stack. And if you've been through any of my sessions, you know how much I really focus on that stack assessment. But the template we have out there is kind of more of the standard variety of what we find in most of our clients, the structured, with MSPs providing typical services. So it's a good fit for most, but there's a huge and growing cloud component of things that we want to bring in and make sure this is, positioned for those guys who are really on the leading edge from these cloud initiatives. So we're partnering with some members in the community and working on that. And we were also working on another one I was just working on today is some pre-sales tools and templates that we can work on. And now while the platform can really do some pre-sale stuff, I'm really focused on the information that we gather in a pre-sales engagement and how that information gets passed and managed in our ongoing engagements we have with our client. And my experience and the feedback I'm getting from a lot of people is there can be a real gap between what happens in the sales cycle and what happens within our ongoing management cycles with the client. And we need to bridge that gap. We need a cohesive tool to manage our clients. And so, these are some of the things we're working on and looking forward to rolling these out in the platform, and would love to get more feedback and input from you guys on the next set of initiatives.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, one of the things that came from the community, I think it was last week, Danish pushed towards me was with these new sliders and the scorecards, what has been requested is a customer feedback report where you're measuring the success of the desktop, you're measuring the success of the service delivery, and given some kind of incentive like, hey, if we can get 10 people from your client to fill us out, you bring them a box of donuts at the next quarter, the next QBR. And the idea being is that you now have a report saying, like, how are we doing this last quarter? You have that active feedback loop, and you can say, man, our tier 1 desktop support really is scoring low. Why is that? And you can ask the client about it next session. But having a report for customer engagement, and it's just something you send out quarterly, and it becomes part of your QBR process. That's just something that's been requested. I think it's a really great idea. And now that the platform has matured a little bit, we're getting some interesting ones. We're getting some, now we can do this. So I'm really excited for when like dashboards become available and we can start showing our customer dashboard and how people are doing, and we can give them a snapshot of history on the ability to get feedback, the ability to provide service. Like, hey, back in 2019, we were scoring about 70% on service. 60% on infrastructure implementation, and only 20% on risk. It's 2021 now. Look how far we've come. And that trending, that ability to show our clients that look how much we're improving with you. We're growing with your company. And they don't want to go back to the way things were, so they don't want to get a new MSP, make the switching cost really high. So that client engagement report was something that I thought was really interesting if I can ever get time to build it. So
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I'm realizing as well too is every client that I work with, we start having these discussions, and I've learned to really zero in and ask maybe some of the right questions, but there are so many correct engagements and correct activities that we're having with our clients today, but we don't have a good management platform to really leverage on it. So it's my saying for the week seems to be ad hoc is not scalable. I keep mention that just about every session. And we do so many great ad hoc things, but we can't necessarily add any more, or we can't grow the things that we're doing now. So if we are methodical about coming through here and looking through our community portal for ideas, or looking in the VEP inventory for templates, we can begin to build out our complete method for engaging with our clients. And then if we're methodical about it, intentional, then we can scale that. Then we can grow that and really make an impact in our business, just because we have management tools. We have a framework to run with, and not everything is, hey, we got this great idea. We've got this great focus and philosophy. We want to put some tools and some methodology behind that. And we're really looking to do that with the VEP community.
yeah, I mean, to close it out, I mean, we really just want to be more than a tool. Like we want this to be feedback, an iterative process, very human centric approach to our clients. Rather than just giving them another slide deck, rather than giving them just another graph, we want to password. We want to have the. Sorry, Josh is asking for passwords. So we really want to have this experience. So yes, there are other tools on the market. There's BrightGauge reports. There's all sorts of things to do, but when it comes down to it, the human approach will always win. Having peers in the community, whether you're in Australia or in the UK, Canada, United States, it doesn't matter. People are people, and having that feedback from our peers and working together, we're going to shake the market. We're going to dominate because our clients will see that we are human based. We are not somebody who's just going to come in and break fix computers. We're going to come in and change them and help them grow. And that feeling will be projected. You ever seen like a speaker get up on stage and you could tell it's somebody who's been handed a slide deck and they're just kind of going through it, versus somebody who gets up on stage, doesn't even look at their slide deck, and they just talk, and they're energetic and they're passionate about what they're doing. There's a trick to that, and it's all about knowing your material and being excited about dealing with people. And in that regard, your clients will feel that engagement rather than somebody who's talking about an interesting topic very dryly. You are now exuding this confidence and passion for making businesses better, and your clients will tell the difference. Anything else? Anybody have anything to add? I think I've been keeping up on things for the most part here.
Yep, that's all I've got in the chat conversations.
But that's all I have to say about that today. I'll do my regular plug right now for getting into the master classes, talking to people about what we need to do, sending us emails and feedbacks and ideas, things that you wish the platform would do, or that you wish that you knew more about. So challenge us to create videos, challenge us to create new tools and new reports in the platform. Come to the master classes. There's a master class today in 28 minutes on operations. You can listen to Skip talk about operational excellence. And what is the topic today?
Editing your templates.
Editing your templates. Josh has been asking for a disaster recovery report for a few days now. Uh, it's on the list actually. There's a Trello card for it and everything. Um, but days, months, it all blends together. It's someday. Someday happens at some point, right? So the lost my train of thought there. The master class in 28 minutes. I got my master class on Tuesdays. Again, if you go down to that video option in the VCIO Excellence membership site, you can see the past videos. I should just post all the videos that I've made over the past couple of years, and there's like 50 of them just sitting there of videos I've done on random things. But I'd have to review them all, and I don't know how many of them are actually still good. So what I want to do is just make sure that you guys are up to date, that you're talking to your friends about this stuff. You're inviting more people into the community so that we can get more feedback, we can have more great discussions, and we can do better things. The more feedback we have, the better. So keep it up, keep coming to classes, and keep attending. All right, we'll talk to you guys all later.